What's up? Oakley 450 back, and finally I was able to get a long run in this week. Most of my runs have been having to stay on the treadmill. We've had just a lot of rain and a lot of downpours. Usually I don't mind running in the rain, but when it's wintertime, it's horrible. This morning's run was 13 miles, average pace of 8:15. I was actually aiming for around an 8:30 to an 8:45, just trying to take it an easy pace since I haven't done a long run in these shoes yet. But overall, 8:15. The pace kept dropping down to around like 7s and 7:30s, and it was hard to actually hold a slower pace, which actually is a good thing. And other than this run this morning being 18 degrees, really nice run. And I know that's not a cold temperature for a lot of you, but for me, 18 degrees is really cold, and that's probably about the limit of how cold I want to be outside running. Alright, let's go over my thoughts on the Razor Free as a long run shoe. Alright, so I took it up to half marathon distance today. It's starting off with the upper on this shoe. I can already tell you this shoe is going to be really great when the summer weather gets here, because the breathability of this shoe is amazing, because my feet were pretty chilly this morning. There's not a lot of warmth in this shoe, but the breathability and the comfort of this shoe was really good as far as in the toe box. And like I said in my previous video, on this shoe I usually wear a size 11, but in these I did go with a 10.5 because that was the only size that I was able to pick up. Fit has not been really a problem of these shoes, but I don't think, I mean, if you've got a wider foot, I would not size down in this shoe. I would still go with your usual size that you usually run in. But overall, mid-foot lock was great on that run. Really comfortable, even in the heel collar. I was having a little bit of like, where the heel collar's been rubbing on my Achilles tendon. Now, I think that's just where I've been used to most of the shoes I've ran in. I all had these swept back heel collars and stuff like that, but wasn't really a problem on that run. So the upper on this shoe performed really well on that. The Hyperburst midsole on this shoe, and I think this is the run that really separates it even farther, and it puts a bigger gap between this shoe and the Vaporfly 4%. The ride of this shoe was still really nice and felt really great, but you could tell there was like more of an effort required to be able to hit those faster paces and to continue going. Where the Vaporfly 4%, it's just like it almost makes the ride feel more effortless, and you can tell after you get done with the run that I had a little bit of soreness in my legs today, and I think that's just because I was just not used to these running in this shoe or anything like that. But still a really good ride. But I think I'm really going to keep this shoe down to my like 5K, 10K type racing distances, and I think I'm just going to still save Vaporfly 4% from a half marathon. This is still a viable option for the half marathon, but I don't think I'm going to be able to take it up to a marathon type distance. Just for the reason of that, just the midsole it's good, but it doesn't have the same qualities and the attributes that I like in the Vaporfly 4%. Moving on to the outsole of this shoe, and there was some slight problems with this shoe today. I can already tell this shoe has probably about 30 to 40 miles on it right now. I'm not the exact number on that. It's 30 to 40 around in that area. But I can already tell that the little bitty bumps on the front of the shoe are already starting to wear down just a little bit. And I'd say by 100 miles, you're going to be able to see some pretty extreme wear patterns on this. But it wasn't a really aggressive tread to begin with. So for 30 to 40 miles, it's going to be wearing down pretty quick. But I don't see this shoe being able to make it up to around 300, because I'd say by the thickness of this piece of the rubber that most of that outsole material is going to be gone by at least 200, I think, is what I'm going for. We'll find out in a later review that I do on that. There was some icy spots this morning with it 18 degrees where we had a lot of rain lately through this week. I had to be really careful with these shoes, and I'd say any shoe would have a lot of problems with any kind of traction on ice. But I mean, even the wet spots today, and I'd say there was probably a little mixture of ice in there that I really couldn't see, but you could just feel the shoe was sliding around today. But like I said, that's to be expected with any type of outsole running on ice. But I mean, that was the only really problem I had with this shoe today, was I had to be really careful running in any kind of the wet spots or anything in the rain. So that's my thoughts on the Razor Free as a long run shoe. It's doable, and it can handle it, but it's not my first pick for a long run shoe. I'd probably rather run in the Turbo Steel for my long runs, and save these for more like a race day if I had to. go for the half marathon. This is probably my second pick, right behind the Vaporfly 4%. But like I said, this is where the run that really separated this shoe from the Vaporfly 4%. But I do think this is a better contender and a better shoe as far the shorter distances. For like 5Ks and 10Ks, I think this shoe will actually outperform the Vaporfly 4% because it feels like there's you're losing a lot of energy return for me personally in those shorter distances. And that's where an area that I don't find the Vaporfly 4% really excels. It excels on those longer distances for me. So let me know in the comments below if you've had a chance to run in the Razor 3 and if you've had a similar experience. I plan on doing some more running and training on these and doing a 100-mile review to see how they've held up so far. And see how that outsole is worn by 100 miles. Later this week I'll be doing my first run in the Kinvara 10. I'm probably just going to keep that to a 4 to 6 mile run. So if you're interested in the Kinvara 10, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. The video should be coming out in just a few days. That'll be our next video coming out. That's the one y'all voted for. Then after that, I'm going to get into the 100-mile review of the UltraBOOST 19 and the Apple Watch. I'm going to just start running with it. I'm having to do some upgrades to it. I'm still wearing my Garmin, but I'm getting a bumper case for it, and I'm changing out the watch band because I just want something a little bit more secure than what that comes with the Apple Watch. So other than that, as always, thanks for watching, and thank you for your continued support.